everyone, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. And today we have a nudie burnt potato. A nudie burnt potato. That's you. I know, I love you so much. This is Mittens, although if you ask Mark, her name is Socks. And the reason I called her Mittens is because she's literally got one foot and the toes are white. And it's the only foot she's got. Oh, it's adorable. So I called her Mittens, but Mark was absolutely adamant that her name was Socks and kept saying, "Where's Socks?" And I was like, well, who is Socks? We don't have a guinea pig called Socks. And Mittens is one of the skinny pigs that came from that pet shop that closed down. She was part of the breeding stock that was supplying the stock for the shop. And they asked me if I'd take on their stock, and I was like, yep, not a problem. But, and I've said before, I didn't do this on my own because I didn't have the experience of skinny pigs having babies, so I was a little bit nervous to take on as many girls as there were. I think there was about 30 in total, and I asked my friend Claire to help me, and she took on the majority of the heavily pregnant pigs because I didn't have the experience. I wasn't confident, and I didn't want to jeopardize, the care of the pigs with my lack of knowledge. And Claire used to breed skinny pigs. That's where I got Drake and Phoebe from. So I knew that the pigs would be very well looked after with her. Now, I kept some of them, and a couple of them did end up having pups, but they weren't like gonna pop, if you know what I mean, like at the time that we got them. And Mittens was one of those piggies, and she did end up having a few babies, but the majority of the pigs from that situation, the babies didn't survive. There was literally a handful. We both had major problems of getting these skinny pigs to live past the first week of life. I honestly, it just cemented in my mind that I knew nothing about the skinny pigs. Now, we have had a few problems, as I've spoken about recently, with the pigs that came from that situation, in that they seem to be going down very rapidly with some kind of neurological problem. I've lost a couple of them that way recently, Zelda being one of them. I've had Raven go down the same way. She was one of the pups from that situation. I can't remember exactly who Raven was born to. It might have been you. But so there were so many, it's impossible to remember. So I'm going to obviously keep an eye on Mittens and Waffles, because Waffles came from the same situation. And Claire also had a lot of problems, with the pups not surviving and with some of the girls having complications. We lost a fair few of the adults between us as well. After they'd gone into labour, they'd had complications, and complications with delivery, and then complications with recovery. It was a really, really difficult time. It makes me so sad to think about it, because honestly, it was awful. The amount of tears that we both shed over that situation was... But Mittens, you'll probably recognise her because she likes to hang over the platforms and beg for food. She's such a lovely skinny pig. Definitely one of my favourites that I've got left. You are just gorgeous, aren't you? Hey? And when I was live the other week, she literally spent all her time hanging over the platform asking for pea flakes. She's such a lovely pig, but I don't know how old she is. She's relatively healthy at the moment, which is good. And the skinny pigs don't tend to go outside. I think she's had a quick look, but that was about it. Nothing that she's ever kind of taken further, So, oh, look at you. Oh, I love you. Mwah. Mwah. Oh, so there we go, the beautiful Mittens, aka Socks, depending on who you ask. See you later, guys. Have a great weekend.